And sometimes you either born ready or you gotta be ready. And I'm been ready, born ready, so you know I gotta stay ready. You dig what I'm talking about?
And we're
Or
live.
cheesy.
Yo, what's happening, man? Y'all already know what it is. It's Twice Talk. And we are listener supported by 91.5, the Rebel HD2. KUNV, Las Vegas, the broadcast service of UNLV. And as always, I'm accompanied by Oak, who is wrapped in grace and excellence. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great.
Lovely,
Great
lovely.
today.
Oh, first off, I would just want to let you guys know, apologies for the delay. That is my fault. Totally my fault. But guess what? We here, we now, we about to drop some gems and get some laughs, and everybody's gonna be cool. And you already know, it's still Black History Month.
Still Black History.
And we gotta
Month.
make sure that we represent Black History Month and appreciate it as well.
Exactly.
So what kind of things do you want the people that need to know on Black history?
Black History.
Black history. We need to spread a little bit of Black history knowledge today.
You want to know what's crazy? When we were in the studio earlier and we're setting up the camera,
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to
Took me an hour to do it.
I was talking to Slim and PJ, and I told them about Dr. Seuss's characters,
Yeah.
like his
What
like,
Dr. Seuss got to do with Black history?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
He drew cartoon characters of blacks and basically blackface and what blackface would look like with really big red lips.
Yeah.
You heard of the term blackface, right?
Yes. I was a little bit skeptical about what was going on at first, and I'm like, blackface. What is that?
Right.
Yeah. And can you explain a blackface? What to our audience? What it is?
Blackface is basically like a type of theatrical makeup
Okay.
that whites would put on when they were portraying blacks in different types of stereotypes. Basically, they wanted to represent black people
Yeah.
in these minstrel shows. That's where it started in minstrel shows between the years of 1830.
Minstrel, like
1890.
lady problems.
No, not Lady Brown.
Oh, I'm like, well, how you show that?
Minstrels, meaning spelling Minstrel.
Don't ask me about spelling. That's my
Minstrel.
worst subject.
If you listen to Wale, he kind of said that. He was like, I guess he was comparing rappers to minstrel actors.
Fake is what he was saying.
Or put on a show for,
Putting on a
White
mask, a fake mask.
sure.
But
But it was like a certain stereotypes that were portrayed in these shows.
so, what kind of stereotypes were there? Like, there's a few. Like, I heard about a couple, by the way,
Which
and
one
there
did
was
you hear?
there was a few of them, and the one that most people are very familiar with is Uncle Tom.
Uncle, that's true.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is that Uncle Tom wasn't an insult until of recent. 150 years ago, Uncle Tom wasn't an insult.
Why? Why would you say that?
It wasn't.
Okay, because it was like the good boy.
Well,
Like the good old boy.
Uncle Tom is like it meant like a martyr, and I looked
Did
up.
it?
Yeah, a definition of a martyr is a person who sacrifices something of great value and especially life itself for the sake of principle.
Okay.
So that was somebody that was like loyal, pretty much. Someone
I can see.
that stuck to the cause. So
Mhm.
not until of recent times
Mhm.
was when Uncle Tom was really offensive. Now we needed like you a sucker, like you a sellout.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense because when I was looking at Uncle Tom, it did say like he was a good, religious, sober person.
Yeah.
So I can see that, and then being translated or transferred to mean something else, and that probably happened after the slaves were freed,
Yeah.
because then the stereotypes changed once you started working. They're like, oh, we got to call these people something else now.
Yeah, Uncle Tom.
Right.
So,
It's like, oh, you're a good boy. You want to work. You Uncle Tom.
yeah, you want to work.
You want to work. You Uncle Tom. Okay, I get it. I get it.
That's probably my favorite stereotype, though.
hmm
Well, what would you say yours was?
Favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
if
don't
I
have
a
favorite stereotypes?
No, not for these.
Why not? Oh, they all. Well,
Then
they-
I wouldn't necessarily say favorite. Nah.
So how would you
Actually,
describe
I
them?
definitely wouldn't say favorite. I do find them to be a little interesting, but it's crazy to see that a lot of these still live on today in film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So just to name one that I think goes unnoticed is the mammy.
Mammy.
Yeah, the mammy. Right.
Nice.
And the mammy is a woman that's usually heavier, sexless. She's not attractive. You're not gonna think about having anything with her.
Right.
She's probably wearing like a tablecloth for clothes. She's not attractive. She's usually nurturing.
She wear a tablecloth.
Well, she's usually dressed in like big clothes. Like she looks like a mom. She looks like someone that takes care of kids.
Yeah.
And that started back in the 1830s. That was a stereotype portrayed in blackface, and also used in ads. So you see that Aunt Jemima, stuff like that.
Hey, Aunt Jemima's syrup was popping. Yeah, they gotta hit that drizzle on the thing.
Right. She sells things, doesn't she? The mammy. It's funny.
Actually, she does.
Right. So does Uncle Tom. That's who Uncle Ben is. He's still selling rice.
You're right. Still selling rice to
still
this day.
Uncle Ben's, honey. Zatarans. Some more stuff.
Hey, I bet you be eating all kind of rice, huh?
Rice? I like rice.
I know.
It's cool.
Yeah, I know. Got them almond eyes.
Oh my gosh. But the mammy, you would see her in shows like, what show is that? It was like a doctor show. I think it's Nurse Jackie. I don't know if anybody watches.
You teaching me something now for sure.
I don't know if anyone watches Nurse Jackie, but it's like this older black woman that runs the hospital. She keeps everybody in line, and that's usually who the mammy is. She's like ain't no talking back. You know, so she's like that. She's like the mom.
Yeah.
So we see this stereotype being played in movies, just like the Jezebel. Now, the Jezebel is usually a light-skinned woman, or mulatto, as they would say back in that day.
I think I know a couple.
A couple of Jezebels?
I think
You don't know no Jezebel. You silly. And they're usually the temptress. The temptress.
Oh, yeah? Is that...
Yeah.
So
They're
that's
usually
why light-skinned girls be
and-
acting like that, huh?
Yeah, that probably is why. You're definitely
They
on
just
point.
can't help it, huh?
Well, sometimes black people try to live up to stereotypes that are given to them.
No,
and
we're
that's the
talking about
sad
light-skinned girls. The light-skinned girls.
part. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody got some hostility towards some light skin.
I love me a light-skinned girl, because I'm kind of dark, but, man, they be acting bougie.
Can you name a current day Jezebel from a show? Like from any shows on TV that you think the stereotype is being portrayed?
She wasn't light-skinned.
It's a real... Oh, who?
New York.
New York.
Yeah, you remember Flavor of Love? I don't be watching
She was
too much.
definitely a classic Jezebel.
Yeah, for sure.
Also like a Josephine, which is not in this list of stereotypes. The
okay.
Josephine would be a black woman that's brash and like you ain't like the diva.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Mm.
But a Jezebel would be Kerry Washington in Scandal.
See,
That's
I don't
a
watch that show
classic.
either, but I have heard about it a little bit.
That's a classic stereotype being portrayed in that show. Jezebel.
Miss this Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lady
Scandal.
that's gets down with the president,
Gets down with the president.
or that's
Sure.
that's the Pope, Olivia.
That's the same person. She plays Olivia Pope in that show.
Bum.
Yeah. So
Jezebel.
you're so silly.
Don't they be trying to like sabotage a lot of stuff and like have like alternatives and like
What you mean?
alter motives?
When?
They'll make you think one thing, but when you do that one thing, you're actually trying to help them assist in another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like it's a little like you
I was
like you
lost.
got caught in one.
I was
flow.
lost. I didn't know what you was trying to say.
I'm just asking if they got different motives from what they're telling people.
Who was they?
Jezebels.
Oh, Jezebels. Oh, you're saying that on Scandal she has these different. You're trying to like
Any
that.
of them.
Well, that's how they try to portray it, right? It's a temptress. It's like, ooh, look at me, I'm sexy, I'm gonna get what I want from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how they portray Olivia Pope in Scandal. Somewhat. They kind of make her be this like well-educated, self-sufficient woman, but they also dress her in very flashy material, things like that you wouldn't find a white woman playing the same role wearing.
So could you be a temptress without being intelligent?
Sure.
You could.
What's intelligent? I don't know.
What's intelligence?
What do you mean? I mean, you don't have to be so intelligent to be a beautiful woman and get people for what you want.
But that's a form of manipulation.
It is.
And to manipulate,
That's what the stereotype is saying, for sure.
Well, now I'm just asking what
That
your
these people
concept
that
are.
these people are cunning. Yes.
I mean, I was looking up a stereotype of blackface, and you kind of, I said I wasn't going to say this, but you kind of said I kind of look like them.
Oh, you so shady.
Yeah, and but
I said you look like them. What?
you said I did, yo.
What did I say you look like?
The pickaninnies?
You look like a black person.
What's the pickets?
The pickaninny.
The pickaninnies.
I said if we were stereotypes, you would be the pickaninny.
Yeah.
I said I would be
because
the
I got big
Jezebel.
lips and look like watermelon.
Because you have big lips and you have dread. I mean, you have locks.
Ooh, she caught it. Thank you.
And they showed the pickaninnies being in blackface with unkept hair, really red, big lips.
Man, let me tell you.
Eating watermelon.
I used to love watermelon, yo.
I love watermelon. I don't care what nobody
I almost choked on one and I would have died happy.
You know what? I hate to say this stereotype, but we used to eat watermelon, right? And we used to have this watermelon eating contest. And basically, you would cut the watermelon, right, in like a normal slice.
Yeah.
And you have to eat it with no hands, and whoever eats it the fastest wins.
You always won?
I was a beast. Yeah. Yes.
Well, is that right?
Yes,
we might have to put that to the test.
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, I care about that stereotype.
For sure.
You know, not too much not to eat watermelon.
That's crazy.
But, it's funny that we're talking about 1830s to 1890s in blackface.
That's when it started, huh? The 30s?
Yeah, it started during slavery, this blackface.
Yeah.
And then it carried on even after slavery, during emancipation and all of that. And once emancipation took place, I want to say I didn't even say the Jim Crow guy.
No.
Jim Crow was the guy that sang and danced on the plantations.
Yeah.
And he entertained the white folks.
Yeah.
And they would usually play like a banjo and things like that. But after the emancipation of slavery, blacks kind of stirred away from that kind of music because of that stereotype that was being portrayed. So they're like, oh, they're making fun of us.
Oh, with the banjo?
Right, with the banjo singing and everything like that. So they kind of stirred away from that stereotype because they're like, look, they're making fun of us. They're trying to act like we're happy on plantations, singing and dancing to this music with banjos. And the crazy part about that is the banjo and plantation music, plantation gospel and spiritual music, was actually the predecessor to country music.
Mm.
Yeah. It was actually the predecessor to country music. And it started in like the 20s when it was more when white started to get involved. So it was strictly black and white during the 20s, and eventually it began to marginalize the black presence in country music. So now today when we think about country music, we think of Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Right. We think of Carrie Underwood. Well,
yeah.
she's country folks probably don't like her that much.
Why not?
Because they feel like she's kind of pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But these are the people we think of. We don't really think of black artists anymore. And
no.
that's just...
And what you're telling me is that black artists actually started country music.
I'm saying that the roots of country music was in the black culture.
I knew I liked it for some reason.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Them strings just kind of do something to my...
Mm-hmm. It's mostly comprised of banjos, fiddles, gospel music, and field hollering. That's what it said, field hollering.
Yeah.
And it was actually the work music on the plantation. So while they were working, people would sing and dance like how you would work out to music.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. I thought that was interesting.
And that is pretty dope.
Yeah.
So I actually, speaking of Mammy, I have our Black History figure for the day, or for the week, or however you want to, take it as. Mm-hmm. And she was Miss Hattie McDaniel.
Hattie McDaniels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Miss Hattie McDaniel. Have you seen her the movie Gone with the Wind? Excuse me.
Gone with the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've seen it. I can't put my finger on it though right now.
Well, it was a movie in 1939, and Miss Hattie McDaniel she played Mammy. That was her name in the movie, Mammy, and she won an Academy Award because of it.
Of course she did.
Yeah. What you mean? Of course, she played it great.
Because she played a stereotype for them, so they gave her an award.
But she was the first. Okay, so you think that's offensive?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
That she won the first African
No, I don't
American
think
Academy
it's
Award
offensive that
because
she won the
that's how
first
she
one.
won it.
Yes, I think that it's like, oh, you did us a favor. Here's your award. Thank you.
I never thought about it like that.
I mean, maybe that's like a negative way to look at it. She did break the color barrier in winning this award and having exposure to black actresses, but
They said
at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. We're sending up stereotypes. So
they said she didn't get no money either for that. Like she
Of
really
course.
didn't get paid. But then Paul Mooney says that everybody comes back to get their money. She came back as Oprah Winfrey.
Oh my gosh, they better get out of here with that.
She got the bread though.
They better get out of here with
She
that.
got the bread.
Everybody comes back to get their money.
Everybody do.
Child.
Why not?
And Oprah Winfrey played a mammy. Well, yeah, she did play a mammy in
Yeah.
Color Purple, basically.
Yeah,
You
and
tell
that's
Harlow
what
to be
popped her off.
Exactly, because she played a stereotype.
Yeah.
That's what popped her off.
What,
She did have a radio show long before that, but
that
no one
what
cared.
do you think really like took her to new heights? The ascension of her career.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I'm telling you what it was.
Playing a mammy?
Yes, because did she ever play another role again? No.
Maybe because she was like, I'm cool.
Because she already had all the exposure she needed, and she already had a divine plan to get to where she wanted to go. That's called focus. You know what I'm saying?
For sheezy.
You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that.
Yeah, she was focused, man. For sure, for sure.
So what else did, what was her name again? Hattie
McDaniel.
McDaniel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gone with the Wind. She played a mammy. Okay. She did a great job.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And honestly, I liked it that she got that Academy Award. But now I kind of feel some type of way about it.
Don't let me influence your thoughts.
Aren't
The
you
way
trying-
that I view things. I mean, when I watch stuff, like when I watch movies and shows like Scandal or Being Mary Jane, I see the flaws in it, but I also see what I like about it. Like Being Mary Jane, I love it. They're also portraying her as a Jezebel on there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I like the show, so I can see. It's a constant double consciousness that we kind of live in, being black. So
Being black, yeah. All right.
being black,
Being Afro. Can we just start? Can we say Afro? Is that all right? Being Afro?
being Afro.
Yeah. Is that
Sure,
acceptable?
why not? White people make up new names for us all the time. Afro. We're Afro now.
I like that. That sits a little better, rolls off the tongue better. It's like, 3 words. I mean, excuse me, 3 letters.
3 letters. We are now Afro. We demand you call us Afro now, okay? It is Afro American Month.
Yeah, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So,
That's hilarious.
I wanted to also speak about Hollywood a little bit.
Let's speak about Hollyweird.
I'd like to call it Hollyweird too, because
Holly Shade.
when we get that phone call to go over there, we gotta live in SD, and we're just gonna take the chopper out to LA.
Okay.
Yeah, because we ain't living out in Hollywood.
San Diego.
Yeah, you feel me?
I was trying to go over off Crenshaw. You feel me? No, I'm just playing.
Crenshaw.
I'm joking.
You want to go to Crenshaw?
No, I'll go to Long Beach before I go to,
Hang out with Snoop.
LA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Snoop.
So how you feel about the blacks in Hollywood?
How do I feel about the blacks in Hollywood?
Yeah, or what did you come to find out about the black history of Hollywood?
I didn't do research on black history in Hollywood, actually. Was I supposed to do that?
Oh, I was, it's okay. I got you, player.
I did
got
it.
you.
I did it. But how do I feel about blacks in Hollywood right now? I will say that I wish that more black writers and black directors or black producers would make more films that had to do less with stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And less with like all this rom-com business. Like, okay, we get it. It's funny. But can we just
what is that?
Romantic comedies, like the Kevin Hart movies and all that.
Bomb. Like,
okay, we like those and they're very entertaining. But can we have something that's actually gonna fulfill something about being black? Like,
man, I got a movie written up, and it goes hard.
Okay.
It goes hard. I can't even tell you about it right now, but it's dope for sure.
I
lead
guess
you
I
on
would
it.
want something that's more meaningful, something that's more,
You know,
something that challenges the way we think, a narrative like that. Some like Spike Lee. Spike Lee, I love Spike Lee. People can say what they want to say about him, but he is using his medium to make an impact on the world, to highlight stereotypes and just, make movies that aspire people
so,
to do better.
so how do you feel about blacks always used to die first in the horror movies?
That's symbolic annihilation. That's all that is.
Symbolic annihilation.
Symbolic annihilation. Which is
Give me a little
basically
bit more detail into that theory, please.
symbolic annihilation, like when you see blacks being killed in movies, or when you see an absence of black men in family roles in movies. That's another way to say, look, this is where we want you. We want you gone. We want you out of the picture. If you don't see yourself in those images on films, then you're not gonna believe that you can be in those images.
Yeah.
It's a symbolic. It's a way to make you believe that this image is true. Just like on, I guess Halle Berry has a movie coming out.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. What is it called? Movie phone? No, it's not movie phone.
Movie phone.
Well, she loses her son, and she's chasing her son and trying to find him. There's no father present. That's just another way to symbolically say black fathers aren't around.
Yeah.
So it's just another way to say, you guys don't belong here. And you guys are not here. You guys are not here.
You know what they said it was for?
We don't want you here.
They originally said that first they really didn't like interracial couples, and in movies that since the sales wouldn't go as high or be as high in the movies from the interracial couple, so they didn't find the black characters a romantic partner, so they just killed them off. If you didn't notice, or if you noticed that the people that have romantic partners in the movies are the ones that usually live.
Right.
So they didn't kind of. They kind of like, it'll just kill them off like that. I was like, oh wow, is that how y'all feel? And then they also said,
so why not make the girl black?
Why
I
not?
guess that's just retarded.
Well, no.
Or the man.
But then they said
blacks?
they said they don't want an all black cast for the simple fact of that they said they doesn't do international numbers don't do as well because of a black cast. But then I seen.
But I guess Birth of a Nation proved that wrong. But continue.
It did, because in the 40s and 50s, a lot of blacks would leave the country and go to Europe to, for equality.
Their careers also.
Or no, just for equality. Just like, as live a normal life.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't, because they didn't really want to be there, and a lot of them would still be over there. So having that thought go through your head really doesn't suffice for the answer or what they really believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. What was the first movie that you seen where the black guy lived through the whole movie?
It was LL Cool J. Why you laughing? It was LL Cool J though, right?
Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea, that's what it was.
You thought he was gonna die?
I knew he wasn't gonna die. It's LL. They're not gonna kill LL.
Who's
the main character? But it was LL. It's another one.
Samuel got off in that movie for sure.
Yeah, they killed him.
But he got a speech first before the shark ate him.
You know what? When I watched Walking Dead, it took a long time for them to kill. I think his name was Tyrone.
You can call him Tyrone.
Of course, his name was Tyrone, right?
Of course.
But yeah. You know what? Walking Dead actually doesn't have a lot of stereotypes in it. So
No?
that's pretty cool.
You talking about Walking Dead? That's my show.
That's my show. I love Walking Dead.
They kept the one black dude all the way through.
Yeah, they did.
He's still on there.
So
Not the dumb one with the braids. I can't stand him.
No, I'm talking about what's on with the braids.
He got some braids and some glasses. He irks me.
Oh yeah, no, not him.
So-
bald head one.
So let me ask you this:
Right, him. I think his name's Tyrone.
What
No, his name's Dante.
on supporting roles? What would you say the main character that blacks would get?
Don't get me on the supporting role of blacks in movies, okay?
So what would you say?
Oh my goodness. You're talking about the magical Negro?
Magical.
And the helper Negro.
Yeah, you know I'm magic. So yeah, now you got my interest.
No, you're not magic. You're human.
Poof.
Oh my goodness.
You
No.
know what I'm talking about, girl?
What are you talking about? The
What's the role?
I was saying the magical Negro and the helper.
I don't
Negro.
understand that. I don't. What's the
The
magical?
magical Negro is like on Green Mile.
Oh, this guy.
Right, the magical Negro.
That was
Oh,
the
he
first
did
movie I
this.
cried on.
And the helper Negro is the black person that's in movies that's always the supporting role of the white male that saves the day, or the white female that saves the day.
Yeah. So
That's the helper Negro.
So you think they get those roles more opposed to any others?
I definitely won't say more these days when you got Kevin Hart in every movie that come out.
He's
But,
in a few for sure.
Let me think. I'm pretty sure he's been a helper Negro though. He was a helper Negro in that movie with Will Ferrell. What was it? It was called
Get
Locked
Hard?
Up. Get Hard. He was a helper Negro.
Because he was helping them get out.
Modern day helper Negro status.
I never even thought about that like that. That's
Right.
crazy.
So you'll see roles like that all the time.
What I found is that most of them will play like policemen or cops,
What?
like
blacks?
supporting roles. Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
put them and then also in the term or the role of a gangster, 65% said that blacks would play that role.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but then it was crazy. Like I forget the website I was looking at. It might have been it might have been Huffington Post, but
A notable one. You guys heard that? Huffington Post. Okay.
they said that that in real life Hispanics are the most gangsters.
Who said that?
That's what they said.
He ain't lying, because when they say gangsters, he mean like they click up.
Yeah.
They gang up. They are not about to play with you. There is no fair fights around here, okay?
None.
They're fighting the gang and nothing less.
You know, none for sure. I went to Rancho out here. I
went to Western.
I seen them get down.
And when it went down at Western, the folks from Rancho came to Western to help. So, yeah, they're definitely
Maybe.
not playing.
I knew this one dude named Johnny. Yeah, he was a real gangster.
But I'm sure
He
Mexicans,
just he had 3 sheets of paper in his pocket every day.
I'm sure the number is probably even greater for Mexicans playing gangsters in movies.
Probably.
I'm sure it is.
Probably. But I believe blacks are more opposed to be a gangster.
You think they're more opposed?
In the movies, yeah. More opposed. Not opposed. More inclined.
Oh, somebody's more likely to cast a gang member to be black.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're trying to get a movie role, you be a cop. You can get in.
Oh, go the other route, you're saying.
Yeah, either cop or a gangster. You're going to be in there.
I think that's classic American roles, too, though.
Yeah.
Kind of. But then again, they would make a drug dealer, a white drug dealer, someone that we can, like, relate to, fathom with. Like, oh, he's sick, he's dying of cancer, he's a meth dealer.
You said
I'm
we
talking
can
about
That
Breaking
show was
Bad.
good though.
You said we can relate to him a little better?
Wait, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And how they made this character a white man who's sick and dying, so now he needs to sell meth. Now we feel sorry for him. Now we agree with what he's doing. But if it was a black one, it's like, oh, look at this drug dealer.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's just classic.
Typical.
White privilege. White privilege.
That's what you call it?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Mm.
Speaking of white privilege.
Oh, yeah. Talk to me.
Speaking of white privilege, did you watch the Grammys?
The Grammys? No, I did not watch the Grammys.
When Adele won her Grammy for Album of the Year. And for Best Song of the Year. Sorry, I don't know where those notes are. Okay, here they are. But, Adele is cool. I will give her that. She's cool. She's a great singer. But, can you sing about something else, lady?
What is she singing about?
Getting broken up with.
Man, and doesn't that make the best music? And then, honestly, that's probably what's really going on. She'd be like, okay,
That's really what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall in love, and then she just break up with him on purpose so she can, get her little heart feeling some kind of way, and then she get creative.
Well, it's almost like, okay, you're singing soul music, but soul music isn't always just about somebody breaking up with you. So get it right.
Well, no, see, people like to relish on the bad. So that's why they're gonna kind of sing on that, and that's what a lot of people respond to.
Well, white privilege will allow a woman to be oversized, sexless,
big boned.
yeah, sing about breakups and be commercial. You're not gonna find a black woman that's sexless without being a diva.
Yeah,
Being a good girl, be that famous and be mainstream commercial artist. You're not. Otherwise, Jasmine Sullivan would have.
Sometimes you got to be chosen.
Sometimes you got to be chosen. What does that mean?
I'm gonna flex on them right now because they already know that I'm chosen. You know, it's just you got it, man.
And I will say, if it was a white rapper singing that, he probably would have won a Grammy that night too.
He probably would have.
Right.
He probably would have for sure. But guess what? Award season is something you gotta watch. And if you didn't know, matter of fact, I think you kind of hinted on this, is that Hollywood is a little bit whitewashed.
It is. It's definitely whitewashed.
So like you got it, and it's whitewashed, and it's award season, so you gotta take it as it is.
Yeah, I guess that's like. I guess that would be the dilemma of being an artist these days. It's either like, do you want to be mainstream commercial or do you not? And how do you combat that? Who knows?
So
I guess you stay true to your
you want to be real or you want to be accepted.
Or do you want to be real or do you want to make money? Or is it what makes money? You know?
Right.
I guess it's a constant thing like that. But,
so what would you rather do?
What would I rather do?
I'm
going to be real.
Hey, okay. I sure thought you were going to say, baby, cut the check.
No, I'm going to be real.
Oh, okay.
It ain't always about the money. And these artists, they make money still. Well, I don't know how much money they make. Let me get out their pockets. But whitewashing started back in the radio days.
Yeah?
Not that, I guess it's not radio days, but back in like the 50s with a guy named Alan Freed. He had a radio station in I think it was either Ohio or I think it was Chicago.
Alan Freed.
He started to whitewash rock and roll. Well, he basically coined the term rock and roll.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he coined that term rock and roll. Well, he didn't coin it. Rock and roll actually meant sex in the black community. But he named this music.
Yeah?
He named this style of music rock and roll when white people played it. But it was the same thing as R&B, blues, jazz music, all fused together that Little Richard and Ike Turner and Ray Charles, Lloyd Price were already playing. So he began to whitewash this by either playing songs that were made by white people, like a cover of Little Richard's version songs or something like that. He would play that on the radio. Or he would just play whites making the same kind of music on the radio and drowning out the black artists.
And that's when it started.
That's one way it started, the whitewashing of music. And the rock and roll whitewashing happened like really fast. The blacks got choked out really fast. Actually, it was probably even faster for country music. I'm sure it was faster for country music because country music is still seen as white today. Whereas rock and roll, we know that Ray Charles and Little Richard had hands in that.
Yeah.
And white people's response to it being whitewashed and these covers that they were dropping was, oh, we're giving them exposure. We're giving their songs exposure. And they're getting royalties off of us making these covers. So we're actually doing them a favor.
Were they getting royalties?
I watched the clip of Little Richard's movie when they played his song that, what is it, Tutti Frutti? Oh, Rudy.
Yeah.
It was a white person covering that, and they said he was getting half a cent for those covers.
That's an insult.
And his response was, how you gonna cut a penny in half?
Right. That's a straight insult, yo.
Right. So.
Wow. That's what they call royalties.
I guess half a cent back then.
Royalty. Like, do we need to define the word royalty?
crazy. Even to this day, magazines still try to say that Elvis Presley invented rock and roll, but he himself has never said that.
Elvis?
But they still try to say that Elvis Presley invented rock and roll.
Man, he was a pioneer in the movement for sure, because he had that leg shake, had the ladies go
Well,
crazy.
was he a pioneer or was he marketable?
Aren't pioneers marketable?
But I'm just saying, was he a pioneer, somebody that started it, or was he marketable?
I believe he was both, because the reason, man, he
is from Memphis.
I can't hate now. It's just not in my bloodline. So this guy literally would just shimmy his leg and ladies would faint. Like, hey, how can I say anything about that?
He got all that dancing from Memphis. That is Memphis dancing from black culture, and he was doing it as well. So we're not going to say that he invented all those moves. That's just like somebody that's doing the Dougie, and then they became famous, and they started doing the Dougie, and everybody else see it, and they're like, ooh, look at this dance I've never seen. This is amazing.
It's just like when Cam Newton started doing the dab. That's when it really got on.
Right.
So like, is
he the pioneer of the dab? No, absolutely not.
He's the one who pushed it forward and made it go mainstream. So if you make it go mainstream, you are the pioneer.
I'm not going to take away from
pioneers.
Elvis Presley's talent.
I think there's a difference between originators and pioneers. I think there's a difference.
Can somebody get the definition of pioneer for us on the live stream?
On the Lizard.
Is the ID.
Matter of fact, we got the genius right here.
We got Slim right here.
So I was looking up a couple things that was whitewashed in Hollywood. You remember that movie? You remember that movie, The Mexican?
No.
It was made in 2001. You know who played that movie?
A white person, I'm sure.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, white people are always playing different races.
Like the Mexican Brad Pitt.
Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't have casted the Mexican person?
Yeah,
like, what is the point?
Yeah, for real.
What is the point?
Oh, you got the definition of pioneer for us, Big Dog?
I have the definition.
All right, what do it mean to be a pioneer?
The definition of a pioneer is a person who is amongst the first to explore or settle a new country or area. Definition 2, to develop or be the first to use or apply a new method, area of knowledge, or activity.
Oh.
So I would say a founder and a pioneer would be
one and the same.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So,
but then again, it's and or
what?
It says it's more like what Twice said. It's somebody that either founded it or
originated,
helped it take off.
Yes.
I don't get that. It says
develop
or be the first to use or apply.
Apply greatness to it. He applied greatness to it.
Oh, but he wasn't the first. You're right.
Yeah,
he wasn't the first. He wasn't the first to apply it because he wasn't the first.
Because he wasn't. Thanks.
That's
a lot of clarity
Price,
right there.
BB King. Okay.
That's a lot of clarity right there.
Quit playing with me. No.
You know what else I found?
What?
What was that movie? The movie was called The Last Samurai. You remember that movie? The Last Samurai?
I can't say that I do.
Never?
What year? I like war movies, actually. I actually love war movies.
I want to say it's early 2000s.
I might have seen it.
Yeah. Guess who played in that movie? Tom Cruise.
There we go.
The Last Samurai.
That is just so insulting.
Man, I forgot all about that. And now they're doing the Great Wall, huh?
Yeah, with who?
With who?
Matt Damon.
Oh my gosh, they are wild.
I'm telling you.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that thing made me feel a little better though.
Oh yeah.
About gods of Egypt, that they not just doing it to us.
Yeah, like all these movies that just make us look. You know what I'm saying? You got all the Jesus movies. You got all the little Bible movies.
They whitewash anything they can.
All the Egypt movies. You know what I'm saying?
Not a colorful person inside.
In the minstrel shows, they
not
had
an Afro
white men
inside.
playing black women. Now that's crazy.
White men playing black
women in the minstrel shows.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, that don't make no sense to me.
You got current day whitewashing, and people will say racism is dead. Once again, that's just Like, come on now, stop.
Come on now, man.
Like, just stop it. Just give it a rest.
I don't know if I would call it racism though.
Why not?
What would you say is economic racism?
It's I would say social, but I would have to look into that.
I'd probably say it's just like they're
It's
just trying
another.
they're just trying to keep it in the family, man.
You think it's a money thing?
Yeah,
Mm.
they're trying to keep it in the family.
Well, if it's a money thing, you're saying that they're using the star system like Matt Damon.
Yes, and then
Mhm.
because then they also remember I said that they're trying to keep international numbers up, so that they will cast it like that.
Mm.
But what's crazy is that they say that 44% of ticket sales in the U.S.
Mhm.
were Afros
The ticket sales
Yeah.
for Afros.
in the box office. That's crazy.
I say that it's racist because it's a way to maintain a superior status.
Yeah, it's money.
Right.
Money generated. So
Not only that, it's like, okay, we're gonna have this white man play this Asian man that doesn't look white. He doesn't look Asian.
Yeah.
So no Asian person is gonna view this and be like, "That's me."
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's a white man playing it, and the rest of the world are gonna see that. The rest of the world are not gonna see an Asian person. They're gonna see somebody that looks white,
Right.
and that's what it comes down to. It's the whole symbolic annihilation type thing.
Yeah. That's so crazy, man. So crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, can we just stick to what's really how history really intended it to be, instead of trying to rewrite history?
And that's when I say that black filmmakers need to make more narratives like, what's her name? Ava DuVernay?
You teaching me something?
She made Selma and the 13
Okay.
and Spike Lee. More people like that, and Nate Parker making narratives that aim to at least tell the real truth and also highlight, things that really happen.
So, do you think they're really it's for entertainment purposes, like instead of truths? Because a lot of times they say based on a true story instead of having the true story.
If you ask me, I'm gonna say it boils down to racial animosity. It's like it's just they don't want the advancement of anyone else but white people. This is a white man's America. Andrew Johnson said it in 1864. He gonna keep it a white man's America, and I think that thought
That trend
lives on.
is just continue.
Right.
You know, you may be right, and like I said this before. I'm gonna say it again.
Mm-hmm.
We have to promote ourselves as Afros, and Afros have to invest in the Afros. You know, they say in the Jewish community that the dollar goes around 18 times in the community before it leaves.
Jewish people got money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they sure
So,
do.
but in the Afro community, I think a lot of times it doesn't even get spent once.
Black folks ain't got no money.
It doesn't even get spent once.
Yeah, I mean, we can't necessarily compare ourselves to Jewish people because of our financial status.
The
in
differences.
black community. Right.
Well, see, it's
because
not
this is the difference. This is the difference.
okay.
I don't have anybody in my family that I can ask to borrow money from.
Right.
Jewish people may have that. That's why their money would stay amongst them.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I got that money from my dad. He's not going to a loan officer. He's not going to the banks. He's going to a family member.
Yeah.
And then he's going to spend that money however he chooses. We have to borrow outside of ourselves. Well, I do. And most of the people I know do.
Yes. This is very true.
So it's just different.
It is different.
No
yeah.
one's dropping a business on my lap when I turned 18. Nobody did that for me.
Right.
I know a bunch of white folks. That
You
happened
know what
for
Donald Trump said? He said, "Yeah, my dad gave me a small loan of $1 million when I graduated college or something like that." I said,
Small loan.
Small loan."
Yeah, that's small, but
Right. Let me get a small loan.
right.
But
But I'm sure he's comparing that to whatever he is worth now.
Yeah. And what
And that's just how he views money.
they actually say, if you Google him right now, they say he's worth about $4 billion.
Mhm.
That's a lot. That's like 10% of his money.
I think that he should just build the wall and pay for it himself. But then again, that's a whole nother subject.
Okay,
A whole
okay.
different subject.
You know what other movie I have found out? The Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Yes, and the Native American was
Oh my
played
gosh.
by Johnny Depp.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch Lone Ranger. It was too racist to me. It wasn't
Oh,
too
for real?
racist. It was just like, okay, so they had Johnny Depp playing
The Indian, the
the
Native.
Indian, right? Which he usually plays different
Out-
ethnic roles
yes,
and things
yes,
like
very,
that.
very.
And I just think that is
Diverse roles.
so egotistical for whites to be like, we're gonna have Johnny Depp play all these roles and just find it so amazing, and it's like that's just wrong.
Do you think it would do better? Because
I
times
think
are
that's why
starting to
people love
change.
him.
Do you think it would do better if they did actually play the characters or cast the characters how they were drawn or intended to be? Like get a native to play, the
I think
that
that would
role.
make more sense. It wouldn't be so much of an insult.
Would it make more money is the question.
I'm not sure if it would make more money. I'm not sure. I think that way people get a kick out of
I
the
think it's
fact
about-
that they can play these different roles. Can you play a white person on a movie?
I could try.
No, you can't play a white person on a movie.
Undercover Brother did it
That's
real
something else.
good. Eddie Griffin.
And it was
Eddie
to be
Griffin.
funny.
Tropical Thunder.
Yes. With what's his name again?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert.
Downey Jr. Yes. And he did a good job too. he did a good job.
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Have I
Iron
seen
Man.
Tropical Thunder?
Man, he did a blackface. They painted his face black the whole movie.
What?
Yeah, the whole movie. He was black.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
For real. And he did a good job. Matter of fact, that was one of the themes. They said white people that get invited to a black person's 4th of July. Robert Downey Jr. And they had his face on there. Well, from the movie.
Why was that okay with folks?
I don't know.
Was he acting like stereotypical black people, or he was, and people loved it?
Man, they
That is crazy.
he did all right. It was pretty funny.
I haven't seen it movie. That's
Yeah.
probably the reason why.
You should go check it out. Or you think you'll be too offended?
Maybe on a boring day, if it's on Netflix, I'll
might.
see. I'll
It might.
see.
It's a war movie.
But it's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it has a few laughs. Yeah,
Oh.
actually it has quite a few
Yeah,
laughs.
okay, all that.
So Robert Downey Jr. was in blackface.
Yeah,
I gotta see.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropical Thunder.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That people are still doing that.
Man, yeah. When
Why
that
did you
movie
even
dropped?
agree?
Like it was in the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, it was a while back. Probably like
10 years?
2010, 2000, something
Oh.
around there. I can look it up.
Yeah,
I think
it was
that's
recent.
probably less offensive than whitewashing.
Yeah.
The whitewashing of.
So blackface is less
Music.
offensive than whitewashing.
I mean, that movie, whatever you're talking about,
Oh,
it sounds like it will be.
Right.
It sounds like I would be less offended by.
2008.
2008.
Oh, that's like kind of recent.
Mm-hmm. I said 8
8 years
years. I
ago.
said 8-10. It's been
Yeah, about to be 7, I guess.
no. Your math terrible.
Oh, how did I go down? 8 years
It's
about to be 7.
Girl, what is going on? Yeah, that's it
wow.
right
I
there.
feel like I've seen this movie.
Look at it. Look at him. That's Robert Downey right
Homie
there.
look legit, don't he?
I feel like I've seen it.
I got the afro and everything.
Mm-mm.
On it. For real.
Anyway, so back to the Grammys. I
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about the Grammys of 2014.
Okay.
Did you catch that one?
I don't think I've ever watched a Grammy.
No.
No.
I really don't watch award shows either, but I will catch the highlights. And,
Okay.
You know,
Sometimes,
whatever.
yeah.
But Macklemore won Album of the Year and Song of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year and Hip Hop Song of the Year.
What was the album?
The Heist,
Okay.
and his song that he won was "Same Love" with Ryan Lewis,
Yeah.
which was like an ode, or no, I guess not an ode, a rap song, quote unquote,
Yeah.
about marriage equality and homophobia in hip hop.
Okay.
Like that. What do you think about that?
What I think about him creating that song?
And he won that over Drake, Kanye West, and Kendrick Lamar.
How many did Drake already have?
Who cares how many Drake had?
I do. Like
don't.
you wanted the Falcons to win the Super Bowl. Everybody did because Brady already had 4 rings.
This is not football.
This is entertainment. And
This
what you call football?
is music. This is about whitewashing. They can try to whitewash football all they want to.
What you
Probably
mean?
not gonna
New
happen.
England versus Atlanta. That's the clash of what?
Man, it was a whole bunch of black people on the Patriots playing.
No,
What you mean?
not a
no?
whole bunch. At
How
all.
many? How many players?
7.
They gave you a number.
How many players are on the field at once?
22.
Oh, really?
11 for each team. And you said you knew
11
football.
on one side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, out of the full roster of 53, 7.
Play for the Patriots? Because black people don't want to be in
Siete.
Boston. Shoot. No, I'm just playing.
You feel like
It's too cold.
that's what I'm saying though. It's like
Okay, still not whitewashed. Is it whitewashed?
Yes.
Oh, let me
much
pay
so.
attention.
It's very whitewashed.
Super Bowl?
NFL.
NFL? Oh, because they hold up high these white football players.
What happened? What happened?
Well, I'm not talking about the injustices to the players. I definitely agree that happens for sure. But when I say whitewashing, I'm not going to say that football is a white man's sport. It's definitely not a white man's sport.
you know what Tom Brady's receiving core looks like?
A receiver court,
Like his wide receivers.
what they look like.
They're all European.
Oh.
European.
For sure. But Tom Brady was killing with him. And it's crazy.
Who's the face of football teams?
Who's the face of football teams? The quarterback.
And
And most quarterbacks are white. I know that.
And what happens when you get a black one?
then you also
What does happen? You
Name-
get Cam
name-
Newton acting a fool, and I love
and
it.
then,
He
then
better
you
keep
also
acting up.
also
Where's
got
he
to
at
think
now?
about the head coaches.
Where is he now?
No, he's still playing, but like you think of all the black quarterbacks.
They can keep trying to whitewash
And just
football.
think about all of them. Like think about where they are now.
Right.
Which mean where they are now.
Like Cam Newton, he was the man. What happened to him? He got ridiculed, shut up. Now he changed
Right.
his tune.
For sure.
No, I definitely see that happening.
You got
Like-
Mike Vick.
Do you think that's whitewashing, though? You can hop on so that people can hear you.
They can hear me on there.
Okay, so do you think that's whitewashing?
I do.
Okay.
I agree.
do. The only acceptable black quarterbacks are the ones that conform to the image that is typically
That they want the quarterback to act like. The leader, the calm
See.
one.
See,
Mm-hmm.
the Russells. What's his first name?
Wilson. Russell Wilson.
Russell
is his-
Wilson.
Mhm.
His last
Russell
name
Wilson. Look, we don't even know his name because he acted white.
I was about to call him Sierra husband.
Oh, Sierra.
Shade. Shade.
Well,
How you feel about tell me about this Grammy.
that's interesting. I got to pay more attention to football now.
You do. I told you.
I mean,
you
I
didn't
do know that that black athletes get ridiculed more than whites. Because you had, what was it, Ben Roethlisberger? He was accused of rape and all that stuff. And
That is right.
nothing happened to him.
That's right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. For sure.
Right, but you got Michael Vick and all that. But that's a whole nother story. Well,
Mhm,
I guess
mhm.
that's not a whole nother story.
It
If we're talking about whitewashing.
It could be. But
Mm-hmm. But with Macklemore, what was I saying?
you-
Yeah,
you're
he won
saying
these
how
Grammys
he won it
over.
over Drake and Future, not
And
Future,
Good Kid, Mad City. That album.
and Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. And that just goes to refer back to the Helper Negro thing. The Helper Negro alongside the white male that's saving everybody and this black person is helping. It's like Macklemore, you come into hip hop, you criticize it. You do everything that all the rest of these artists are doing, and then you win Grammys for it. It's a slap in the face. Because Jadakiss already did that with Y, and that actually went kind of commercial.
Why was hard.
Right. Did he get, if Jadakiss was white, he probably would have won a Grammy for that.
For sure.
But it's like, this black person is actually saying that he doesn't want to do these things anymore. This is
This is
this
absurd.
isn't hip hop.
This isn't hip hop.
Right. But then you got Macklemore, and oh my gosh, I'm buying a rap album.
Yeah.
And he's not talking about, it's just okay.
Yeah.
I just think he had some nerve, and
Well-
then he tried to apologize to Kendrick and say he should have won and all that. But it's like, bro, you do the most. You do the most.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. That's crazy, yo.
So I have a question. Do you think that hip hop could ever be whitewashed, much like country music and rock and roll was?
No,
You don't think it ever could be?
because we know who the leaders of hip hop are. Like they're like Jay. No, Jay is the can literally almost stop hip hop if he wanted to.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, for
What
sure.
do you mean
He
stop
could,
hip hop?
and he could. Jay can change the hands of hip hop. He's putting in new artists. He could put in new artists every week
Okay,
if he wanted to, and he's not gonna let that go. Matter of fact, you remember when they was on 106 in Park, and they started talking about Blue Ivy? Both of them got fired next day.
Well, I think if Jay-Z had that much control when he started Tidal, it wouldn't be so many artists signing with Apple. So I don't think he has that much control.
No, the reason why they're signing with Apple is just because the iPhone and it's so much easier. It's accessible. That's the only reason why. Only reason. Easily
still,
accessible.
He still tried to shift people
Yeah.
into black owned.
As he should.
A lot of people did sign with it though.
A lot of people did sign.
And that's
but you
dope,
also
man.
had major artists who didn't. Or major artists that signed with both.
Competition.
When he was trying to steer everybody one way. Or most people. So.
So you got any final thoughts today?
My final thoughts are...
My bad, player.
My final thoughts are...
Don't beat me up, man, please.
He slid that thing in there nice, dude.
We sure did. We can't keep expecting... I don't know what my final thoughts are. I'm trying to make up something. I'm not smooth today.
Man, you got it. You got the juice. Ben had the juice. All you got to do is open a bottle.
Okay, I'll say this. When we watch television shows that we like and we see them portraying these stereotypes, such as Being Mary Jane, Scandal, and other things like that, I think we have to address these issues with our children and just ask them questions. Not that I have kids, but just ask them questions
just
like,
throw it out there.
why do you think they make her dress this way? Or why do you think they made Gabrielle Union barren in this show?
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep them aware of the symbolic annihilation that takes place in films and shows and television.
I got a final thought on that.
Oh, yeah.
To add, and why do you think it's okay? What's the girl name on the show that area? Empire.
Okay.
What's the girl? Anybody watch
Cookie?
that show?
Which one?
Cookie. Why do you think it's okay for Cookie to be carrying around a baseball bat during a Super Bowl commercial about to get at her man, her husband, her boyfriend, or whatever? Why is it okay for Beyonce to carry a baseball bat in her video to smash windows and upset feelings at her husband? Why is it that the black man seems to be so attacked? And that represents a strong woman in our society.
Violence, huh?
The annihilation.
I think that stereotype is more about
That's a thought
divas
right there.
than it is about breaking down the black man. It's more like, this is what a diva is. Oh, I see what you're saying, but it's not really breaking down the black man. It's more of a, this is what a black independent woman looks like. She doesn't have a man. She's brash. She's hardcore.
And we'll hit you with a bat.
Right. Basically, she'll attack. There's no back talking. So, it's more about the stereotype towards the woman. But it definitely aids in the annihilation of black love.
Aids in the annihilation of black love. Well, let's make sure to keep love.
It's the animosity
We
towards
need to keep
black
love,
men.
We need to keep it. Keep the love, baby.
Keep the love?
Keep love. Keep love alive.
Some love gotta start.
Hey, that's why I'm gonna teach you love, man. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and teach you love, baby. But I do want you guys to do me a favor. Go check out OverTheTopLv.com because they show so much love you can't even get over it.
Y'all hate us.
You can't get over it, but if you do get over it, it's gonna be over the top. You did. Oh, and my guy, B. Sully, he put a little bug in my ear. He said, don't count your money, man. Count your blessings. And if everybody remembers,
To think twice.
I'm thinking about my blessings.
The world would be a better place.
Look, if everybody thought twice, the world would be a better place. I'm out, y'all. Hey, We appreciate you. Hey, love on somebody.